Hello and welcome to GuildRock SMP episode number 18. Today we have a big announcement to make. Suddenly everything's going to make sense and we're all going to be a lot wiser. Well, okay, maybe I've over-exaggerated that just a bit. But before we get to that, there's the small job that I needed to do from last time. Putting in the sideways rocket elevators and building the walls from underneath the base platform. So let's do that now. Okay, I'm going to dig out these tunnels down here and put in some water elevators. I'll probably do the down ones first. So let me climb down here. And what we do is we'll work out where this comes down and we'll put in a button. And we need to create a button first. Let's do that. I need to create a tube as well for it to come down, so I'll have the water about there. Let's grab some stone. It's going to be fairly utilitarian in design to start with. Ooh, what's that doing over there? Right, so there we go. So we have that coming down to here, and then we'll have our bucket of water in there. Right, here we go. I'll show you what I'm doing here. I've got two water streams here. This one's coming up from level 48 actually, not 16. And this one's going up to the surface here. And I'm going to put my kelp in here as is usual with water elevators. And it just goes a short distance up to this area here. And then we pop back down again and just break it. And we put our soul sand in there. Just do that. And where's my soul sand? There it is. It goes in there. And we've got our bubble elevator, of course, which goes up. And then we come down here. Nice and easy. Now the sideways bit is where we come up from that one. So you come up from this one. Imagine it's got the soul sand in. And you just go straight up there. So let's go down there. This also has the sideways bit installed. So we do that. And you go straight down there. So what I've got to do here is I've got to do the kelp going all the way up. So let's do that now. Hopefully I've got enough oxygen to get to the top. Right, there we go. It wasn't so far after all. I can't get out. Why can't I get out? Right, there we go. That was bizarre. Right, anyway, let's drop down and we'll break all of that and put the soul sand in. Right. Do that, break that, put in the soul sand, and there we go, we can pick up all our kelp on the way up as well. There we go. So what we do is, if we're up at the surface, for example, now a lot of people that watch Rocket World will know this, so come down there, don't want that level, want the next one, you just move sideways and you come down to the next level, and so it goes on and on down to the bottom, the very bottom of the world. And if I want to go up, I do exactly the same thing. I can't go anywhere in this until I get to there, and then I just turn right, and I'm back up here. So you can choose whether or not to get off at each level. And that is the basis of the sideways rocket elevator. Just finished putting in the elevators that come all the way down to bedrock level. And I've just noticed a slight problem with where I'm going to place my soul sand. Yeah, it's not going to go in there, is it? Oh no. What I'll do is I've had this problem before. What I normally do is I just raise everything up by one block and just pop the soul sand directly in here. So let's put that in there as a temporary block. So that's where it's going to come down to. So I'll raise the ceiling a little bit and in this area and sort that out, and then we'll come back and see if we can put the last bits together. Right, there we go, that's a temporary solution. I'll sort out something a little bit more permanent, but let's put all this lot in and make our way up, and then we'll be done. That's quite a long way up to this next level. Here we go. Nice. Let's chop that at the other end. And we'll get our soul sand. Pop it in. And let's give it a ride right up to the top, seeing all the different levels we've got. So it's quite easy to just decide you're going to stop at this level here and jump out, or move to the left and carry on. And here we are back up to the surface. Now with the elevators done, I think I'm going to get started on the walls going around the inside of this now. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do as far as entrances go. Should I have an entrance on each side or just this main entrance here? Should it be one wide? Should it be two? It can't be two, so it'd be off centre. Maybe I should have two entrances, one on each side of here. That might work better, because I feel one wide entrance is a little bit narrow. So, I'll have a play and see what I can come up with. Okay, here we are. I've spent a bit of time on this, well, quite a lot of time on this, and you can see that I have put in a couple of entrances here and built it all up to make it look a little bit reasonable. We've got these entrance ways coming round to the other sides over here. I haven't done anything on these walls yet. There are no entrances here. I may put something in, but that wall certainly needs a little bit of other materials like over here mixing in, and some features, I think. So although we've achieved a lot here, we have a little bit of announcement about the base. So let's go and do that now. Okay, here we are right outside the front of my base, and the announcement goes as follows. Now the base behind me in this big caldera in between the mountains here is all about being a space centre. I'm going to build a spaceport basically, and that is because when Season 6 finally draws to an end, I'll be able to jump in my rocket and move over to the Season 7 area. So that's what we're going to be doing, and we're going to make a start on that right away. Now the first thing I need to do is to clear the pad here, ready to build the superstructure of our rocket. So let's get on and do that. Let's get rid of these shipping containers that didn't actually contain anything, but they were there to look the part. Looked like all of our bits and pieces were being delivered. And then we will start putting up some scaffolding and getting ready to build the superstructure of the rocket so that we can escape. Okay, there we go. So it's looking a bit tidy around here. So I'm going to start putting up some scaffolding so that we can build the superstructure of the rocket around here. Okay, here we go. So the superstructure of the rocket has finally been started. We've got some supports right down the very bottom, and I'm starting to build on top of those, where the main fuselage is going to come up through the centre here. And there's going to be 3 pylons coming off, and they're going to have booster rockets on the side as well. So I'm going to start putting some more superstructure on here, and we'll see where we go from there. Okay, so we have the second part of the stage correct height, so let's come along here. We just got to lay out the correct, oops, where is it? There, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, this is going to go all the way around just like this. Right, here we go. I've put the side pods on and linked them up to the main part of the fuselage, and you really can see now that this is going to have an interior. I'm not just making an outside looking rocket and then leaving it all dark on the inside ready for mobs to spawn in it, which is what often happens. No, this is all going to be filled with stuff. We're going to have fuel tanks in here, rocket engines, and same in the central section. There'll be an accommodation section, command section, and there'll be passenger space in there as well in case anybody gets left behind towards the end of the season when we're heading off to Season 7. So that's what's going to happen. So really, the main part of my base is going to be this. Well, that brings us to the end of this episode. There's going to be a slow ramping up of activities now as we move towards the end of the season. And I expect to make an announcement soon about possible passengers on our rocket. So, big plans are in the making, so stay tuned. Thank you all for watching today. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. Please leave a like and a comment, and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more. I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode, so have fun and see you later.